New at 11, for diehard athletes, it's a tough call to make.
When is the right time to call it quits? Super Bowl champ Peyton Manning is expected to announce soon whether he plans to retire. As News 4's Ali Ingersoll tells us, for some athletes, the right time may come sooner than for others. Ali?
Jackie and Don, one moment in sports can really change everything. Coming down off of a layup too hard, twisting your body when clearing a soccer ball. These quick instances can lead to major injuries, and sometimes after too many times, it can be the moment to call it a career.
I had a strong affinity for basketball since I was 5 or so.
Mackenzie Losine is a Cincinnati native. She's a senior at UB, chasing that passion to the Queen City to play women's basketball.
When you're on the court, you feel the adrenaline rush, being under the lights, having that moment where you're just in it with your teammates and nothing else matters.
The lights faded, though.
And I just gone through this reconstructive surgery and it started to hurt again, which immediately I knew. And I got an MRI and I learned that it was torn for a third time.
Losine tore her right AFTL again, and doctors told her it was time to hang up her jersey for good.
Every athlete has to eventually come to a point where they lose their career. But the difference for me is that this wasn't my choice.
The idea of living with long-term effects compromising her health from these injuries was just too much.
It was absolutely devastating. It was definitely one of the hardest decisions that I've ever had to make.
Dr. Les Besson is a sports medicine physician. He says injuries can have lasting effects on young athletes.
Most of what we see is arthritis long term.
He says having that talk with athletes, suggesting they stop playing a sport they love, is hard on him and them.
You're doing it for their safety, and you're saying, look, we're doing this to protect you, and this is to keep you from having something that could be really life-altering.
While Losine will have to wear this brace the rest of her life, through her injuries, she's found a silver lining.
Although this is a huge part of who I am, it's not all that I am.
Mackenzie says having positive experiences with doctors has pushed her into pursuing a career in medicine. She's now spending the time she would have been at practice working in a local hospital, learning more about the field. In the studio, Ali Ingersoll at 11.